So last year, March was my biggest month for the entire year. How did I do this March? Also, make sure to stay to the end of the video for a tip that I implemented that helped me to see an increase in views and eventually in sales. Also, I have an inspirational quote that I use all the time with my clients at work, and it's something that I've really been leaning into in the last couple of weeks and trying to use with everything that I do. And it's something that I want to share with you guys. So let's get started. Hi guys, Lyneida here. So in this video, we're going to be talking about how I did in this month of March for the year of 2024 in comparison to last year, which March was my biggest month for the entire year of 2023. So let's look at the stats. So last year for the month of March for visits, I had a total of 5,376 visits. I had 45 orders, a conversion rate of 0.8%, and a revenue of $5,652 with 22 cents. When you're going from having no sales the year before that of 2022, and even in the previous month where we're just kind of kicking off at the end of the month, it was a really big month. It was really exciting. Sometimes I thought, oh, wow, this is how it feels like to have multiple orders in a day. If this keeps going, this is going to get a bit crazy. So I was really excited for the month of March. And I remember Shauna just kind of being super surprised as well. And it was just a really good month. And we were really excited. So let's look at this here. My visits definitely decreased in comparison to last year. They decreased by 42%. I only had a total of 3,063 visits. But what's interesting is even though I had less visits, I had more orders this year in comparison to last year. I had a total of 53 orders, which is an increase of 20%. I love that. So yes, my visits decrease. And from what you can see in the graph from last year in comparison to this year, my revenue also decreased by 18%. There's several factors there. I had more orders this year, but I believe I had more single shirt orders this year, whereas last year I had more group shirt orders. I think that played a factor. Now, I've had 53 orders, so that means that even though I had less visits and I did make a bit less in revenue, I had more people order from my store. So even though there was less visits, more people came to my shop. More people ordered from me. And essentially, that's what we're looking for. It's not like we're going to always have the same people ordering every single month. So you want new people to be seeing your shop. And so I'm really excited that even though I did make a little bit less, even though my visits were a little bit lower, that I did increase in orders. So that's a step in the right direction, in my opinion, because that means more people saw my shop, more people ordered. So I love that. I love that. And my conversion rate went up 106.5%. It's closer to that 2-3% that you really want to be in. So that makes me really excited. Also, one aspect of last year in comparison to this year is if we go to the revenue, if we go to this one part of the graph, and we compare the 2 years, you see a huge spike on one day. Last year in one day, I made $1,439.90. Whereas this year on the same day, I only made $157.24. The thing that happened last year that I got really lucky in is that day I had a 50 shirt order. 50 shirts! I couldn't even fathom doing orders where they included 2 shirts, 5 shirts, 10 shirts, and somebody ordered 50 shirts. So that's what made a huge difference in last year in comparison to this year, I believe, is that I had that big order. I am really looking forward to seeing what April brings because just yesterday I had a 32 shirt order. So I'm really excited to see what April brings and how it ends. And my initial prediction is that it's going to be higher than this March, possibly even last year's March. So I'm really excited to see that. So make sure to come back next month so that we can see in my video how I did in April and if it actually increased like I'm predicting. And if you haven't already, please subscribe to our channel because then you get notifications when our videos are coming out and you won't miss it. Now, what was that tip that helped me increase my views and eventually increased my sales as well? Ads. When Shauna first talked to us in one of our Etsy nights about ads and how she started implementing it into her shop and she started seeing a huge increase in views and sales on all of her listings, I was a little scared about doing ads. I really was, because here you are spending money. Yeah, okay, we do the listings. We have to, 20 cents every time you do a new listing. But 20 cents is not as scary as $5 a day, $10 a day, 20, 100, 1,000. It took me a little bit to really be open to it. I think it was around February, again, around before everything really just started to increase for me, that I finally was like, okay, I'm going to do it. But I'm going to start small. I started with like $1 a day. I was just too nervous to do anything else. So I just wanted to start with $1. I think after a week or two, again, we met up, we talked, and we're like, okay, let's raise it a bit. So I think I went up to $3 a day. And I was just nervous because I was like, oh my God, $3 for the whole entire month, every single day. If I spend that all, like, how much is that going to be? I'm not going to make any money. And so I was really nervous to doing it. But it ended up being a huge help. I think that there was just so many different things that I implemented all together around the same time that when I finally did these things, it really helped overall. I went from $1 to $3, and I've kind of stayed around $5. Now, I believe for Q4, I got a little daring and I increased it to $10 a day. But I only had it up for $10 a day, I think just for a few weeks, just so that I can see if that helped, if that increased. The most that I've done is $10. I brought it back down to, I believe, $5, and I've had it at $5 for a while. Now, as I was coming up to March, in February, I increased it to $7. So I've had it at $7 for several weeks to about a month. Did that help? I'd like to think it did. But actually this weekend I was with Shauna and we were talking and she was like, I think you should increase your ads to $20. And I was like, whoa, oh, slow down. I don't know about $20. I think going from 7 to 20 was a big jump for me. So she's like, at least go to 12. So today I switched my ads to $12 a day. Now, doesn't mean that I'm spending $12 a day every single day. You only spend your $12 for the day if somebody clicks on your ad. If all the ads that are out there for the different listings that I have, if they don't get clicked on, then I don't spend the $12. So I may not even spend the whole $12. From tips that we've heard from other Etsy YouTubers, apparently they encourage it to go all the way to $1,000 a day. Well, I'm nowhere near the sales that I need to get to putting it up to even $100 a day. I'm just not there. Eventually, maybe that is a strategy that I will implement so that my listings get out there even further. But as of right now, I'm at $12 a day as of today. And so I'm looking forward to seeing what that does for these next few months and see if it helps increase my sales, especially in comparison to last year. That's essentially what we're looking for, right? We're looking for our orders, our revenue to increase every month, every year as this keeps going. So that's my hope. So I have increased it to $12, so let's see how it does. So now to leave you with a quote that is something that I use with my clients, and it's actually up in my office and I look at it every single day. And really, I've been leaning into this quote a lot. And the quote is, a negative mind will never give you a positive life. And for me, it stems from something that I use with clients called cognitive behavioral therapy. And it really is about adopting a different mindset, a different perspective. Sorry if you hear some whining. I have Bully down here and he's sitting on a chair with his head on my lap. And he's whining. I think he wants attention. So here's my sweet boy, just needing to sit next to me while I record. Sweet boy.
Sweet boy.
Sweet boy. A negative mind will never give you a positive life. It's just something that I think a lot of us struggle with, and I know that I do. It's easy to lean into the negative stuff. So, case in point, March. Did I do better? I can say no, or I can say yes. Yes, I got more orders. I had more people find my shop and want to order from me. So yes, I did do better. Or I can say, no, I actually didn't do as much money. I didn't have as many visits. It's all about perspective. And there's also this thing that I actually happened to see on Instagram, and it was this little picture depicting a little girl, it seems like a little girl, on a mountain. It doesn't say anything on the picture. It just has the little girl looking up and looking all at what she has left to climb. And then right next to it, she's looking down and looking all that she accomplished. And that's essentially what it is. I can focus on what I didn't gain or what I didn't do, or I can focus on what I did do. I have more people seeing my shop and essentially leading me to even get that big order that I had yesterday that I probably wouldn't have had if people wouldn't have seen my shop. So if I want a positive life, I want something that is going to propel me forward and motivate me to keep going, then that's how I have to look at things. I also want to recognize Jennifer. Last video that I posted, she wrote an amazing comment that really just inspired me, and I want to read some of it to you guys. She said, "It hit me that it is so easy to take disappointment, failings personally. Yet our improvements, accomplishments somehow often do not get the same personally embraced ownership. Being able to see our accomplishments as not just steps, but true achievements in the pursuit of more. Recognizing and embracing successes, regardless of their size, and assigning value to those small victories and achievements can really put things into perspective. And in the grand scheme, they are truly facets of the gemstone we are working towards. I am proud of myself for having this aha moment because I tend to push myself super hard at everything and put myself in a measurement mindset. Measuring is a good thing if you use it as motivation, but it can really drag a person down if they do not see the inches as being just as important as the miles." Thank you for that, Jennifer. That really just put everything into perspective. And I know that I struggle with getting down on things. I got down about Q4. I got down at the beginning of looking at March and just seeing the red, negative percentages on views, on revenue, that I wasn't doing as well as that same time last year. So I find that it's really easy to see the negatives and get down about the negatives and like she said, this measurement mindset, but yet we don't do the same, at least not always, with the successes or the good things. And so to me, that ties really into this quote of, "A negative mind will never give you a positive life." So also, I want to encourage you guys, when you guys watch these videos, please in the comment section, tell me your successes. Tell me what you did for the same month. Tell me what you see going well for you. This is a journey and we're growing together, and I would love to be able to share in all of your successes. So thanks for watching. Again, don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel, and I'll see you guys next month. Bye.
Sweet boy.
Sweet boy.